Okay, I'm going to put my mug up here in the corner real quick so you can see me. Now, what I'm going to do here is I've received a few emails, and I know um, things are, it's a little confusing, okay? It might just be a little bit confusing. So here I've got your Canvas on. What I'm doing is I'll move myself over here. What I have here is your Canvas in student view. Okay, so when you do the pre-lab, of course we'll go to Top Hat. All right, and when you're doing the pre-lab, it says here. So I'm going to go to mine. I'm going to go to edit mode on mine. All right, so and edit without unassigning because I want you. So you're going to work through this pre-lab and all of that stuff, okay, and see how it's done and get some more instruction and answer these questions. And then when you answer these questions on Top Hat, then what I do is here in about a week or so, in a few days, I'm going to sync those over when, on the due date. I'm going to sync those over to, or after the due date, I'm going to sync those scores over to Canvas. All right. And it works beautifully. I love it. So you'll answer these questions. And then here's, I think I did and here's your social sciences calculator. You'll want to use for when you're doing your actual lab, use the t-test for 2 independent means, okay? And now remember, you're going to need 15, you're going to need uh, 15 people to do it either, men or women, 15 men, 15 women. That's 30 people. That's a lot of people. What some of my students have figured out, and I'm just going to throw this out there, is they go, okay, well, I can find 15 people to do this. And, you can just carry a ruler around with you and just ask random people, and they don't care. Say, I'm doing a college thing, college experiment. And you can do young people, old people, or you can do right or left-handed. There's all kinds of ways to get to that. That's part of the course is doing creative problem solving to figure out how to do the course. All right, so you'll run the and I highly suggest. I probably already said this in the movie. Highly suggest using the t-test calculator for 2 independent means, and not for a single sample. All right, because you got 2 independent means, and run it. And if your number is, and when you look for your p-value, and if it's below zero point 0.1, then you can reject your null hypothesis. All right, and I talk about all that in the thing. I just wanted to show you how to do it. So that's the pre-lab. So that's not hard. Then the lab part, I got an email from one of your classmates, and he was all confused, and I don't blame him because down here I've fixed it. I used to have a thing here that said, at this point it said click lab sheet here. Well, you know where that sent you? That sent you to a Canvas site from the fall semester of 18, which you're not in. So it said you don't have access to this. Duh. Okay, so that was dumb. And then down here it says enter data here or enter text here. Well, I deleted that too because that's for me when I write. Because watch when edit without a second, because watch, when I'm editing this thing, I can enter text, lottie, 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 like this, but I better erase that now and stuff like that. So that was for me. That's for the user of this thing. So I'm going to close this. All right, so now you go to lab 1, and I think I show you how to do lab 1. And then what I want is here's a trial that's done. Okay, trial 1 where they show getting the reaction time, and she's wearing, I mean, you can really see where her fingers are on the thing there. Okay, and so there's an example of how to actually do the lab. Now, when you're done, then you come out of backyard physics, and here's your view. Okay, here I've done your view. You'll go to modules, and this is where you click the backyard physics lab. So I'm going to go ahead and click that so you see what it looks like. I'm going to download so we can go through it really fast. And I probably did this already, but you can see these things here, and you'll just scroll through. Here's your instructions. Here's a good reaction time video you can watch. Answer the questions as fully as possible. Okay. I'll go next. I think I run out of paper. Oh, that's just the next lab. Okay, and then you'll submit your responses. All right, and how do you do that? You come down here, you go to assignments. Okay, go to assignments, click on the lab worksheet. And there's no content here, but you'll submit assignment. Just click submit assignment. They'll say, is this a file or whatever? And you'll just submit your file. And boom, it gets right there. And my either Mohammed or Kamaswara will be grading it. And it's easy peasy. I hope. Did I get rid of my picture? Did I cut myself off? All right. So out here. So this is good. This is good. Good question.